Okay, our game world is generated, and now we are entering the world of Elemental Fallen Enchantress. I'm going to go ahead and clear this text so we can see our starting position here. Now there is what we're looking at here in terms of these tiles is how many resources a city would have if you settled a tile right here. The first number is food. That basically sets your population cap for your city. The second number is material, that's production for your city, and unfortunately 2 is very low. The third number is essence, and that basically helps out with enchantments, and there are some buildings and enchantments that give bonuses to the city per essence. 1 is kind of low, but as you can see, not all tiles even have any essence. Most have none. This one has 2. Now 2 is just too low for production for what I prefer. Things will build very, very slowly with only 2 production. So these 3 are barely tolerable. I tolerate them more if it also had essence. It doesn't. 4 is more like it. On these 4 4s, that's pretty good combination of food and material. So I think I'll take one of those 4 4 tiles up here and settle those. There's a champion over here I can recruit. That's good. And a Black Widow. Now, if you aren't playing Beastlord, you probably want to stay away from Black Widows for a while, but as a Beastlord, spiders like Black Widow are among the first I would target to tame. They're powerful and dangerous, and it's risky if your tame spell fails. Because they're very difficult, they can kill you, even if you have a champion with you. What I'm interested in mostly is being able to cast web. That's very helpful when you're trying to tame animals. If you can cast a web which immobilizes them for several turns in tactical battles. That means you can get your sovereign in and try to cast tame on your time while minimizing risk and exposure to anyone else you have in your army from the animal moving and attacking them. This starting tile is not decent. 4 2 1. No. We're definitely going to go up and try to get. We're going to get one of these 4 4 tiles. And I kind of go sideways here, so I see if I can scout a bit more at the same time. Get over toward Ver for Bear went over there to recruit her. But let's go ahead and settle first. Although these bear cubs, they're going to be trouble. I don't really consider them worth. I've only got 40 mana to start, and Tame costs 40 mana. So if I try to tame these, it'll gobble all my mana. So I'm going to make sure that the first one I get is something I really want, and it'd be either this Black Widow or the one I saw over here. But regardless, it's not safe right now to settle these tiles because these bear cubs are adjacent. They're kind of weak, but they can be a threat. See, the forest, I can only move 1 tile because it's basically, as you can see in the lower right there, forest is 0.5x movement. That means for every 2 movement points, you only get to move once. Verwin is only going to cost 44 Gildar. That's pretty cheap. She's a life disciple, so she can already cast heal. That's good. She's a merchant, so she actually generates Gildar, which is good, because that overcomes her maintenance cost, because when you hire a champion, it costs maintenance. But because she's generating 2 Gildar per season, I think her maintenance is only 1, she's giving a net boon, which is good. And she's got a Marian blood. So she gets all kinds of bonuses for any of the elemental shards that I control. Let's see what she reveals over here. There's a treasure over here, sun-bleached bones. There's another bear cub. This banished ogre is a dangerous threat. It's going to be a while before I have the resources to go after him safely. I want to make sure I do not end up with any of my units immediately adjacent to an enemy if I'm not prepared to get into combat with them. I can't get to these sun-bleached bones without either being adjacent to this bear cub in these tiles, or this darkling shaman in one of these 3 tiles. Definitely don't want to be in these 2 tiles, because that's also adjacent to that Black Widow. Until I'm ready to tame her, she is dangerous. I think the first priority is we need to get that first city settled, though. So I'm going to bring Verwin in and join Lulusi, my sovereign, and we're going to go after these bear cubs. Clear them out and get our city settled. Now this is a bit of a delay. It's a lot more convenient if you could just settle where you first start, but waiting a little bit and settling the right spot is better than starting off on a bad spot. Decent mana build up. Now bears, including bear cubs, have a trait called Maul. That means when they attack, if their attack lands, they're going to keep attacking until their attacks miss. They can potentially, in one attack, shred you down until you have no health left and you die. The bear cubs are the weakest of the bears in terms of hit points and attack. It's only got 8 hit points, but it's going to get the first attack here, it looks like. Oh, I guess not. It was my turn next. I pay attention to this. You see, I basically get 3 rounds in between the Cubs rounds because it doesn't have very high initiative. Remember, I was talking about initiative earlier. Ouch. Uh-oh. Yeah, I lost Verwin. That sucks. But this blow should land. There's a 76% chance, so of course that means a 24% chance of it not landing. But, there we go. I don't like killing animals, but as I said, cubs generally aren't worth it. I mean, if I let the cubs survive, it could eventually get a larger bear, but this is right next to where I need to settle, so I need to clear this area out. I've got a pelt. Verwin's going to incur an injury, unfortunately. Chipped tooth, so she gets more damage from poison if she gets poisoned. And unfortunately, she's low on health now, since she fell. I'm going to take the loot from the cub. A sharp axe. Let's see how that rates compared to her current weapon. It's probably... Oh, she has a dagger, actually. I'd like to give this dagger to Lulusi, because it has a +4 initiative. And I really want initiative on my sovereign so she can get in there faster and cast Tame. The sharp axe does more damage. It does have a initiative penalty. But Verwin is probably going to serve as a tank for a while. So I'm going to swap weapons on him. This spear is going to go unused for now. go after this other cub. The bandits may try to attack, but they're not very strong. It's got one wolf, which only has 3 hit points, and the bandit only has like 5. Yeah, they're attacking. Oh, the bear cub is attacking. Okay. Well, I gotta be careful. Lucy is gonna have to do her heal thing. I'm gonna try casting slow to slow down this bear cub even more. It only costs 5 mana, and it'll give the, if it lands successfully, the bear cub will incur a movement initiative penalty, so it'll get turns even less often. I'm gonna have to heal everyone up. Now I can move her into attack. Actually, yeah, unfortunately, it costs 40 mana. I only have 8 mana left after casting slow and heal. So I don't even have enough mana left to try to tame the bear. Hopefully this will not kill me. No, dang nabbit. Oh, come on. Oh, well. That's the backswing fact. The backswing feature of the weapon, that sharp axe. If you miss the first one, you get another shot. Unfortunately, fortunately, your sovereign will not incur injuries if they fall in battle, but they don't get any experience. Everyone's getting 6 experience, but Lucy's getting none because she fell. Oh, great. Getting double attacked here. That's not good. With their hit points so low, I'm going to hang my sovereign back until everyone can heal her. I'm going to try and slow down the wolf. It's pretty weak, but it can sneak past and potentially kill my sovereign with her low hit points. Fortunately, casting slow enables everyone to go before the wolf, and so I can heal my sovereign. For some reason, it doesn't like spells being targeted if it's down in this low area. Should be able to kill the wolf in one shot if I actually land one. Oh, even the backswing, that definitely helps if you miss. Ow, that throwing knife did a lot more damage than it usually does. But the bandit's gone. Got a couple of Gildar out of it and a little bit of experience. I'm now free to loot. But I'm actually going to settle first. I don't have any movement points left, but I can still settle my first city. Your sovereign founds your first city, but after that, you have to build pioneers. And even better than having 4 material is the fact that I'm settling in forest, which means I can build logging camps, which gives me even more production out of each of those 4 materials. You see, +1 production per material with a logging camp. And that's the first building I build. It only takes 4 turns. And everything that I build after that will then go faster because my production will be improved. After that, I'm going to build train a couple of pioneers. I want to build pioneers early because even with just 4 AIs to worry about, the AIs just expand like crazy, and if you're not aggressive about expanding yourself, you could find yourself getting boxed in. And I want to set my research. After the 2 pioneers, I want to build a workshop, but I don't have the technology to build one yet. The workshop provides another +1 production per each of those 4 materials, so that'll get my production going even faster. And then after restoration, for research mining, It gives me a +1 production per material, and I don't even have to build a building to take advantage of that. So I always pick these two technologies as my first art research. Now we're going to take Lelusi and Verwin out of settling, out of New Paradin, take him into that bear's den, dilute it, and see what we got here. Ooh, a helmet. It's kind of heavy, so I'm going to stick it on Verwin. She's going to be kind of more my tank anyway. My Sovereign's going to be my caster to start. Eventually all my champions will just be casters. But for now, Verwin's going to serve as a tank, so I need to give her my armor and more powerful weapons. Ooh, there's a lost library here. That's free technology. In fact, that'll finish researching restoration and partially into mining. It does carry over, so you don't have to worry and try and time getting a lost library only when you have enough space left to take advantage of it, because the remainder after filling your current tech will spill over into the next tech. You can already see it's already on mining. And it partially filled mining, the next technology. So it really sets us ahead. Those are really nice to find, those lost libraries. It wants me to build, it's going to give me an alert here, but I can't build it because I don't have the technology. I need animal husbandry, which that's way up here. You know, that's too far off. So I'm not going to worry about it for a while. Now I'm adjacent to 2 enemy units, but they're not too terribly strong. The archer's army is probably the worst threat. But I'm going to try and take them out. This group of 3 here is the worst threat of them all. As you can see in the lower right under its profile, it has an attack of 7, and there are 3 of them. So 7 times 3, it does. This group can do 21 points of damage. Versus this lone guy, he only does 7. So I'm going to try to cast slow on these guys to slow them down. Oh, and I successfully casted. Verwin is still recovering, so I'm going to go ahead and heal her. It's going to further deplete my mana. It's going to be a long time now before I can recover to the point of trying to cast Tame on a Black Whale or anything. Now they're slowed, but I still want to take them out first if I can. Managed to kill 1 of them in the group, so now that's only 2 of them, so it's only 7 by 2 for 14 points of damage they're capable of. When you're facing a group like this, as they take more damage, more of them fall, and they do less total damage. Versus a single like this, the damage that they can do doesn't reduce until they're dead, at which point they can't do anything. Now remember, I took clumsy, so I can't just move. If I move just to this square and try to attack, I risk hitting Verwin, my ally. I want to make sure to have at least 1 tile separating us. This is what I was talking about, being careful. Further, if I move to this tile and attack, I can attack and I can be in a position to go after the archer as well the next turn. Aha! Well, that group is done. Good job, Lelusi. You do me proud. Now go after that archer. Ah, you missed. That's alright. And Verwin can handle this melee bandit. And that is what I call handled. The archer will try to kite, but they're not very good at it. C'est la vie. Bandits dealt with. Gives us 8 Gildar, and we can loot their camp. Ah. Sovereign has gained a level. Now, for most of my champions, I'd probably pick Adventurer's Boon for more hit points. But I want to take a closer look. Initiative is pretty important, which Quick gives you, but Tactician would provide. Tactician 2 will provide to the whole army, so everyone in my army is going to go faster. I think that's what will go. There's also an option for spell resistance and this enmity, which isn't really useful until you're actually in a war as a kingdom with an empire, or if you're playing an empire with a kingdom. Because it only provides attack bonuses versus members of the opposite race. It won't help out in battles against ruffians or monsters or trying to recover from failed tame attempts and battling animals. Ooh, if everyone has gained a level, I think I will pick Adventurer's Boon for her. She could use more hit points. Strength is also a good one, because then she can wield more armor. But right now, we don't have very much armor to worry about encumbrance. So, hit points. If she's going to be a tank, she needs hit points. These Darklings, I don't think are going to mess with me. I really need to recover some mana here. Oh, there's no essence there, so I can't cast any enchantments on my city. I often forget to check that. Let's see what the bandits camp has for loot. Another rusty helm. Well, that goes to my sovereign then, because Verwyn can't wear 2 helmets at the same time. Timber wargs, they're decent to tame, better than just lone wolves. But my first priority, as I said, is going to be one of these Black Widows. Probably the one that's next to my town. It's going to be a while before I have the mana. I want at least 45 so I can cast slow and then tame. See if we can level up on these, going after these Darklings. Or gain some experience. Probably won't level up now. The more you level up, the more it takes to level up to the next level. So going after weak guys continuously isn't really going to do a lot, but beats a kick in the pants, I guess. See, I'm moving to the side, so Lucy, my sovereign, doesn't endanger Verwyn. It also puts her in a better position to continue on if we happen to kill this Darkling. I missed. Verwyn, I'm going to go down the other side, so we have better access to continue on back, to continue the fight if we manage to kill one. Here we go. That Darkling is down. Ah, you're just 76% chance to hit, and it's missed twice in a row. Or 73% chance, I guess it is. Still. There we go. That's more like it. And bada boom, bada bing, it's done, and I haven't taken a whole lot of damage in the process. Gives us access to their to be able to loot their camp. A shield. I think Verwyn can use it. Her weapon is one-handed. Not really interested in it on. It can be useful for Lucy, but I need to build up the she's getting a bit of an encumbrance here. Yeah, medium encumbrance. So she's taking a 2-point penalty to initiative for that. Lucy is lightly encumbered, so has no penalty to initiative. Where's that? I think we're going to go down here and pick up some of that loot. That sounds like a good idea. So we could definitely use some armor. Hopefully we get some armor. Oh, these are pioneers. Duh. That's not my Sov. The pioneer is finished. Didn't notice that. That's silly of me. I do not have any tiles with resources revealed yet for a second city site. I do want to make sure I get my workshop going. Fill out more buildings for the queue. Let's get a scrying pool going. Build that out that way. I'm going to be careful about expanding my borders. I don't want to go in the direction of that Black Widow. Because if my borders encompass her, she'll become attached and start attacking things. I want her to stay where she is for now. Until I'm ready to try to tame her. What's my population cap? 80. It's currently at 41. Well, I think I build the Tower Dominion. I'm going to hold off on this monument because that expands my borders, and right now I don't want to do that. Alright. I'm going to bring my sovereign down to where the pioneers are, and it should be able to loot this site. Ooh, a book. Plus 10 experience, my sovereign can use it. I'm going to use it on directly on my sovereign. Wasn't enough to level her up. But, I mean, it closed the gap. Lots of loot here. Spell mastery. Yes, my sovereign can definitely use that. That'll improve the chances of Tame landing successfully and not getting wasted. Healing nectar. That's also useful. I'm going to trade that to my tank, though, so she can have it in case of emergency. If she just wants to heal herself, she doesn't have to spend mana to do it. Another timber war. Oh, there's a settleable site right here. Surrounded by wolves, a bandits army, and a timber warg. I do have enough mana now to try and cast Tame. I may go up and try to get that Black Widow. That way I won't have to worry about my borders expanding. And that if my borders expand and encompass her lair, she's going to become detached from the lair. She'll move off and she'll run up, and she becomes a wandering menace then. Which means she could attack my city. And she could probably overwhelm the city if all I have there is a standard defenders. These throwing knives, they don't do a lot of damage, but I think we've already seen them used against me in combat. So they're nice, because if you can't quite reach an enemy, you might be able to throw the throwing knife at them. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get back to that Black Widow. Might kill these ruffians while I'm at it. It's just a little bit of a side detour here. You hear the jingle of Gildar. Come closer. Oh, you want me to come closer? How about we take your Gildar? And yes, I do have my pioneers in the battle. No, they cannot attack. I mean, you can attack, but they have no attack strength, so every attack they make is going to miss. I'm not too worried. I don't know why they get an initiative. Oh, that's right, because I have army initiative bonuses. Time to use one of these throwing knives on these guys. Holy cow. They left it with 1 hit point. And now it has none. The pioneers can just chill out up there. I should probably be concentrating my attacks. That would be wiser. It's not strictly necessary here because these guys are so weak, it's only going to take a couple of hits to kill them. But it's generally better tactics to try and concentrate fire and take. If you kill off a unit, then it can't survive to attack. If it has even just 1 hit point, it can still attack and be a threat. And loot their camp. That's a bit of a detour, but I think it's worth it. Ooh, leather boots, more armor, and it's light too, so it shouldn't have. It should not put her to. It might put her to heavy, but I don't think so. Nope, she's still at medium. She's at 70%. Too much more armor though, and anything equip her with anything that weighs even just a little bit, and it could push her into the heavy category, which is an even worse penalty to initiative. Wow, my second pioneer finished already. Oh, that's a nice side. It actually even has. It's not next to a forest, or is this? Yes, this is next to a forest. This will have better production because it's next to a forest, but not so much that I might that I would pass this one up because this one also has essence. Sometimes these resource tiles are hidden under lairs and encampments. So as you clear out lairs and encampments, you might find resource sites you didn't realize were there. Okay, Black Widow, don't be scared now. Don't be mad. Oh, I should move those. I should not be doing this with. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll leave the pioneers in. I'll just move them back, and they could be something for her to shoot spells at. Because she sometimes just likes throwing spells, which is good if that's what she does. Resistance is down to 26% thanks to that spell mastery. It's still a bit of a risk. Just in case the Tame spell fails, though, I'm going to want... Yeah, go ahead and web web my pioneers already in the back. They're not any use anyway. As I was saying, I'm going to move Verwin up just in case the Tame spell fails. Then we'll have to kill the Black Widow. I'm actually going to go ahead and hit her with the throwing knives just to weaken her. It doesn't really help anything, but again, if the Tame spell fails, we're going to have to take her down, and it's not easy, so I'm getting an early start there. Usually I don't like to hurt them first if you can avoid it. But with a 26% chance to resist, that's worse than 1 in 4. Doesn't sound too bad, but it fails too often for me to ignore that as a significant risk. Yeah, she resisted. So now we have to kill her. Sorry. I really don't want to, but I'm not leaving you with much choice here. That's unfortunate. At least now I don't have to worry about my borders expanding. She's gone. Between initiative... I'm going to get Water Disciple, and then if I get Life Disciple, in another promotion. Then I can cast Mantle of Oceans, which I'm really wanting. That'll really reduce how much that Tame costs in my other tactical spells. I'm going to loot her lair. Oh, that's a heavy cuirass. I don't think I'm going to be able to use it, because I think the encumbrance would be too much. I could stick it on my Sovereign, but that would hurt her initiative, and I don't want to do that. I only need to get a strength promotion for Barrowin when one's available now. It's good defense on that cuirass over, say, a leather cuirass, but it is heavy. Because I am going to be relying on an army of beasts, I won't have to train so many troops myself, so I don't have to focus so quickly on getting a fortress. A fortress is basically dedicates your city to military, and it gives bonuses to producing units, and it gives basically free enchantments or promotions to units that you build out of there. I'm not planning to build any anytime soon, and I know I can build an army with Tame of animals that this won't affect anyway. So that frees me up in my capital to choose another way to go. And I often just go to Conclave. It's going to give me access to research and mana production. Uh-oh, we're already running into the Empire. Where are you? I don't even see where the heck they are. Huh. I don't have quite enough to cast another... I'm going to go down and settle that second city. I'm going to do it right here where I got some essence. And taking a while to get down there. I don't want to kill that warg. But I'm going to try for that other taming that other Black Widow, and I only have enough to try to tame one right now. The warg is... Hopefully it's not going to be... I'm not going to try to attack. Let's try getting a... oh, I think we're kind of trapped in here building-wise. Yeah. Because of the iron and this air shard. I'm going to ignore the iron for now, because I don't want to set these... If I try to build this iron resource, that'll expand my borders out here, and the Timber Ward and the Bandits Army will be set loose from their camp and lair and whatever, from their homes, basically. Metal is only really useful for building trained troops anyway, and I'm not so concerned with that right now. Where's that other spider lair at? It's a warg. There we are. It's over there. Okay, our research on mining is finished, so now we get bonus production. Since we got two cities going now, I want to get a road between them. And so that comes with trading. You get free roads between cities, and it opens up a lot of buildings. Unlocks them so you can build them. I am going to go ahead and build this Earth shard over here. I'm going to try and snake some buildings up that way so I can get it within my city borders. That way it's protected by my city defenders. Cleric would be good. It'll reduce the initial unrest that is present in the city. It's not hard to deal with, but it does impede your production and research. Okay, we're up to 71 mana, and now we're going to try and tame. This must be a random event. Should we allow a village elder to approach? Okay. Yada yada yada. Try to form a village near Darklings. Looking for a leader can bring our civilization back to the world. We would join you if you'll have us. Of course, we're glad to have you. Huh. And apparently that gave me experience. Oh yeah, Verwin, you need that heavy armor, but you're already got an encumbrance, so you need a strength. That's what you need. Oh, it gave me free archers. No, I won't turn my nose down at that. Now I should be able to stick her with this rusty cuirass without worsening her encumbrance. Yeah, she's still a medium, even with the this cuirass. And look at her defense, 11. That's pretty darn good. She's gonna be able to take a beating. Plus, she has more hit points. She's a decent tank now. Okay, take 2 on trying to tame a Black Widow. Resistances to my spells from Black Widow are down to 24%. That's better odds. Hopefully we'll have better luck this time. That's too much damage. These archers do a lot of damage, 5 to 11 on each of 3 of them. That's 15 to 33 damage. Potentially it could kill a Black Widow in one shot, so I'm not going to awaken her with that. That could kill her. I want to awaken her, potentially, but not kill her. These throwing knives don't do as much damage, but she's out of range of it anyway. Not really necessary to move my archers closer. There's no advantage, but it'll keep my screen from jumping around. Beguile is basically the same thing as Clumsy, so now Verwin will randomly hit allies. Hopefully this Tame will work and we don't have to worry about any of this. 24% chance to resist. Good luck, Lucy. Let's get it done. Yes! Awesome! She's on our side. We now have a Black Widow with us. She's a good attacker and she's got web. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this as the first part. We've got our first widow with first animal assimilated. And we'll pick up again in the next video.